Hello, and welcome to episode 21 of the Brick Clubhouse.
Wow, 21.
back.
We remembered
We're back, baby.
what number we're on. Yeah, we're back.
We're back, baby. All right. As always, my name is Evan. I'm one of your hosts here in the Clubhouse, and I'm always joined with my good friend, Mr. Chris Davis.
Hello. Thank you, Evan. I kind of jumped in there. Sorry.
Yeah,
for,
you freaking stepped on my toes.
Introduction.
Here, Evan, you do the intro, and then cuts me off.
I know, but I'm so
immediately.
excited. We're back
I guess I'll allow it.
this time.
I'll allow it on your own podcast.
It's our podcast. It's so great to be back. I'm very excited to be recording.
Yeah.
It's kind of dumb, but I've been sending you messages about how excited I was. It was
Yeah, he's been
time to start recording again.
It's been a busy month for me, but it's calming down now, so it's good to be able to have the time to come back and do this again.
Yeah, it's been busy for everyone.
No, you don't do anything with your life.
That's true.
You don't run a store or anything like that. No.
But speaking of the store, I would like to thank them
Look at that.
as our
So clean.
see, we're so professional. As our sponsor that helps make all this happen. Bricks and Minifigs, San Diego North. It's a great place. I might be biased.
I mean, it's all right.
You know.
It's not Disneyland, but
Well, that's true.
it's also not like, I don't know.
But we're not charging admission either.
No, you can walk in for free. That's true.
Exactly. So, a great little store in San Diego that sells Lego, and we would love for you to come visit.
What more could you want?
If you're in town
Yeah.
or in the area, swing by. We'd love to see you. We'd love to say hi and just help make your day a little better with some Lego.
With some pieces of plastic.
Yeah, because
What all people need.
that's what really makes a day.
Chris, you
good.
and me, pieces of metal and plastic, just, Disney pins, Lego, Funko Pops,
Yeah, it's
painted ceramic. We both have Starbucks mug collections.
this is true.
We're just suckers for like colored pieces of plastic and metal and
It is.
Yeah.
Well, one, it's funny that we both collect a lot of the same things.
yeah.
Even though
we just feed into each other's.
yeah,
It's not good.
it's bad. Maybe sometime in the post show we'll have to
I
have
literally
a Disney pin segment.
had to turn off notifications on my phone for Whatnot. Dude, you people out there, if you would have seen Chris and I when D23 happened about a month ago and all the Disney pins were all over Whatnot,
Yeah, it was.
never financially recover.
Yeah, you will.
It'll take a while.
It'll take a while.
Go
But yeah, it was late nights with Whatnot up on your TV
Mm-hmm.
and us watching on the big screen
Mm-hmm.
because who puts Whatnot up on the big screen? But we did.
We do. It
Yeah,
was great.
it was fun.
It was fun.
Speaking of Whatnot, a little teaser for
Mhm.
our friends out in Internet land.
They finally listened to me, people. I've
Yeah.
been telling them for months.
Be on the lookout. Your favorite San Diego Bricks and Minifigs may show up on Whatnot.
We're
We
working
have
on
to
it.
wait. We have to wait a little bit because we both have some travel coming up, and
Mhm.
we need to make sure we have the right inventory.
But
Yeah.
get ready, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, for those of you who tune into the podcast that might not be in the San Diego area, this is going to be your way to shop our inventory. We talk about what's new in the store every podcast, and I know sometimes if you're not close enough, it's like, oh, dang it, like
I know.
I'm not there. But we're not necessarily going to specifically feature on Whatnot everything that we talk about on the podcast, but we will take requests. So
yeah.
if you've heard about
Whatnot
something on the podcast, let us know.
on Whatnot. I think we'll focus more on figures
Mhm.
and used sets,
Mhm.
but there will be a way for those that want to get our retired sets and our new in box sets also coming up very soon.
We got lots of pots on the stove.
Dude, we've been hard at work the last month. If you wanted to get a sneak peek and sign up to be notified when our new online store launches, visit bricksandminifigs.sandiegonorth.com. We couldn't get a longer URL if we tried, but
I could help you out there.
take a visit.
I could give you a silent cue here and there.
yeah, a patong
Yeah.
thrown in. But no, we are super excited to get everything online. It's only taken us a year.
I mean, it's only taken actually like maybe 2 weeks of labor once you've actually.
It feels that way, but the wheels have been turning for a lot longer
No,
than
yeah,
2
we
weeks.
got some. Yeah, so podcast is back. We also got some new exciting. We're hoping to eventually video record these podcasts.
Yeah.
Put them on YouTube. We got an online store. We got Whatnot in the works. We got a lot of stuff down the
Yeah,
pipeline
a
for you
lot,
guys.
a lot's coming. So we're excited about this fall season and the holidays coming up, which
Yep.
will have more fun.
Yep.
So it's
Yeah.
a great time
Yeah.
to stop by.
We're excited for the future, so we hope you guys are too.
We do have some follow up. So I think people know. We let people know that we were taking a month off.
Yep.
Because you were getting married.
I did.
And you
I
did
am.
get married.
I did. That
And
happened.
you have a wife. Like, it all went well.
I thought about leaving her at the altar, but then I thought, better
And
not.
I would have thought it would have gone
No.
the other way.
Never thought in my mind.
No, it was a perfect day. It
It was
so nice.
I've been thinking about it over the past couple of days, and I'm just like, dang, like, why did that day have to go so? Like, I felt like I was able to fully enjoy it. It wasn't one of those that I've heard other people talk about where they're like, went by way too fast. I didn't get to enjoy it. No, I got to fully enjoy
you
it.
seemed in in it all day.
Moment. The only thing is that it went by way too fast.
It was a great day.
Just having all my favorite people at my house celebrating us.
It was
just the best.
It was fun.
Yeah.
If you give me permission, I'll post a picture to the website so people can see.
Just don't do the kissing pictures. Kids look at that stuff. You know?
No, I won't. But you're married, so it's all right.
I am married.
As long as you weren't kissing before marriage. No, just kidding. It was a beautiful day. It was a warm, sunny.
Santa
it was
Barbara day.
So nice.
Yeah,
it was great. Right up on the cliffs above the ocean
in Santa Barbara.
My home. It was.
Oh, it was fantastic.
It was beautiful.
And then my parents held the reception in their backyard, and my parents, Bailey's parents, and Bailey's godmother just did an absolutely amazing job setting up the tables and the flowers, and Bailey's mom thrifted all of the plates for like months, and it looked amazing.
It was great. It was fun. Yeah. I got to sit with your family and like hearing stories from your grandpa, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah. It was a good night. It was good days.
And then Bailey and I went to Disneyland on Monday for like a mini honeymoon, which was one of my favorite Disneyland days ever. It was just perfect. It was so good.
Yeah, you sent a few pictures, and I saw a few. It looked very very special.
Yeah.
But we teased before the wedding that you were working on a project, Lego related, for the wedding. This ended up being presents for your groomsmen. Do you want to tell a little bit about your project? Yeah. So my brother got married 3 years ago. Coming up here pretty soon, actually. And when he gave me and my other brother our groomsmen gifts, I was like, I want to make sure I do something cool for my groomsmen. So the first thing that came to my mind was custom baseball cards. So I'm a huge baseball fan. So I was like, I could do pictures of us. I could do like friendship highlights. I could do like date that we met, all that stuff. So that was kind of my first idea. And then working in the store, we have a local guy who makes these cases, like these trading card cases with trading cards and then a minifigure in it. And I was like, I should do that. I should make each of my groomsmen into minifigures and give them a case with this custom baseball card and then a minifigure of them. So that's what I did. I worked on this for a couple months. You worked hard on finding all the right pieces to represent your groomsmen, both. Yeah. So like their hair, their torsos. Some of them translated better than others. I will say though, so I did get enough pieces to make 2 of each figure. So I actually have a 12-figure case right next to me with me and my 11 people in it. So I made double of every figure so I could keep one, like a whole set for myself. And looking at them, like they all kind of look like the people. There's like 3 that I'm like, those look like generic figures. The rest of them though, it's like, oh no, like that's my brother, or like that's Griffin, or like that's Nathan. The ones I saw looked really good. And you made one for me. I did. And I have it here in front of me, my little box and our baseball card. Yeah. So I had, and I'll put pictures of this too in the show notes for people to take a look at. Yeah. So I had 8 groomsmen, and then I had 3 honorary groomsmen. So yeah, you were one of the honorary groomsmen. Couldn't have the wedding party be too large, but also just wanted to
appreciate you and the friendship that we've had the past year and the impact you've had in mine and Bailey's life. And so, and then also two of my buddies from high school that I haven't hung out with as regularly since high school ended because, you know, they're still in Santa Barbara and I'm down here. But just two guys that meant a lot to me. And so actually, I haven't given them their figures and cards yet. But then the rest of them, my groomsmen. So it was super fun. I went on Pick a Brick on Lego.com and I scrolled through like every single minifigure piece and accessory multiple times. Yeah, so I got, you know, torsos and legs and hair pieces, and then I got accessories that kind of showed off some of their interests or personalities, and then I also went into the store to get some extra pieces that I needed.
And that's how I found out you were doing it, was all your digging
Yeah,
in the store.
Yeah, I told you before.
I mean, yeah, maybe, but
and I showed you as I was creating the baseball cards on Canva. So yeah, I like found this. I found on Etsy. I found someone had made like Canva document of like custom baseball cards. So I just bought that for like $4 or whatever. Opened it in Canva and just edited it all around. And
they look great. Like, yeah, they really good. They really do. Like, they look like baseball cards.
It took me a while, but I found a company that printed them for a reasonable price, and they came in sets of 12, which was perfect because then I could keep one for myself and then give a whole deck to everybody, which I haven't done yet because I need to get the boxes for that, but I'm going to do that. But yeah, so I also threw myself in there with the boys, gave myself a baseball bat and the printed Marauders map tile, which super fun. Yeah, you're in there. You have your laptop and your crossbody bag and your hat. And then I need to get the other. When I gave you yours, I gave you the little printed Fossils Lego Ideas set.
Yep. So I've got.
Yeah, sorry, it's a sticker actually. But
yeah, no, but I've got my Lego set. I've got my computer, which pretty much sums up a lot of what I do.
Yeah,
I've got my computer and my Lego set, and I often wear those.
Yeah.
Those like derby hats.
Yeah.
Not derby hats, but like the Lego taxi cab driver hat.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and I actually have the little Lego store set that Lego Ideas fossil set comes from. So I actually need to break that out and get that to put in here. But for now, as a placeholder, I have the Advanced Potion Making textbook from Harry,
which works. Yeah. I made you to go along with my figure because he was lonely in the case. And I gave you the map from one of the Lord of the Rings sets of Gondor, and a Harry Potter wand.
That's awesome.
And
I like it.
And you're wearing your cable knit sweater.
Mm-hmm. I'm wearing that.
You often wear, and your green slacks. And although you started just wearing your contacts a lot more, but I did give you glasses.
Yeah, I have glasses on mine too.
So,
but yeah, and so then all my buddies. Obviously, you guys don't know these people, so I'm not going to go through all of them. But, I got accessories like slingshots and RGB keyboards and pickleball paddles and ski poles. And I gave my friend Nathan the One Ring because he's a huge Lord of the Rings fan. And yeah, it was super fun to go through them and do.
And this. Your guys were so stoked when you gave them to them. They were so excited. It was super fun to watch.
I was excited, but I was like, oh, you can't really do anything with these. You just put them on a shelf and look at it. But I kind of got up to give them all out, and I was like, yeah. So I kind of gave them the same spiel I gave you guys, and I was like, yeah. So the first thing I thought of was custom baseball cards. So that's what I did, and they were like, let's go, and they were like super stoked, and I was really happy about that. And then I told them about the Lego minifigures, and they were like super stoked again.
Yeah, they were all super excited.
It was really fun,
and all took turns reading the baseball card. It was a fun. It was fun.
They read them out loud, and yeah, it was really fun. So I'm glad they enjoyed them. I'm glad that I now have all of them for me. And then you had a really good suggestion. I also bought a baseball in a case, and I passed it around, had everybody sign it for me. So that was really fun too.
That's what I did at my wedding.
Yeah,
too.
Good idea.
And so it's still sitting on my bookcase.
Yeah,
in the office.
Yeah, so I still gotta meet up with Ben and Griffin next time I'm in Santa Barbara and have them sign the ball and give them their stuff. But everyone else has them and they loved them, which was super sick. It was cool. It was cool too because I think growing up in like middle school and high school, I actually had I had a couple like family friends from childhood that were girls, and so I hung out with them and their friends, and I hung out. Sometimes it was hard for me to have guy friends, and so kind of being there on my wedding day and like seeing them all standing there, I was like, it was just really cool for me because it was a reminder of like, no, like I have been able to have like really solid dudes throughout my life, and it was just really cool to kind of see them all there to support me from around the country, and It was just super fun. So
It was great. I mean, for me, getting to know you the last year and hearing stories of a lot of these guys,
yeah,
your brothers and some of your friends, it was fun getting to hang out and get to know them a little bit.
but enough about me.
But Lego can be a part of any occasion, even
Yeah.
a wedding. So
Yeah,
if you have a special day coming up, building minifigures of the people is a super fun way of just saying how much you appreciate them and not. I mean, you can make it crazy expensive, but it doesn't have to be.
I was gonna say, just a fair bit of warning, it could get expensive. But I went the route of buying brand new pieces directly from Lego.
Yeah, and
So
you were very particular about some of the accessories.
Yeah.
So you would have to buy certain CMF figures just to get certain accessories. And
Yeah, I have like the baseball bat for myself. Just came from the baseball CMF figure, so I had to buy the entire figure to get the bat. I didn't have to, but
you wanted
we had it in the store.
Yeah,
and I was like, I'll just grab it.
It's a great figure.
Yeah, I know it turned out really well.
So we'll put some pictures of these in the show notes for people to take a look at. It was a super fun day. And the best part about it, you're married now.
I am married now.
So
I live with my best friend.
Good for you.
Our cat. So that's fun.
Your cat, who's right over there.
She is.
We didn't mention we are recording at your place.
We are.
This time, not mine.
We are taking the Clubhouse mobile.
Yeah, because the library is not exactly ready.
Not quite.
For the people to come in. But once it is, that's where we'll start filming.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, real quick.
Yeah.
Last thing about me and my wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Chris, you so generously got me a bachelor gift. A set that has great meaning to both of us.
Now, yes. A big part of the thank you has to go to Lego Insider points.
Yeah. Thankfully.
I just wanted to
I would have felt
throw
so
that
bad.
out.
But Chris gave me the Lego Lord of the Rings Rivendell set as a bachelor gift, which isn't to mention the wedding gift he got us, and which isn't to mention him driving to Santa Barbara and being there for our wedding and hanging out with me and my groomsmen. And oh my gosh, dude, thank you.
It was so much fun.
We're looking forward to building those sets together because now we both have one.
Yes.
And we have our steelbooks of the extended editions.
Yep. So we will.
So I got my 4K player and my TV and my giant table, and we're going to sit down and build Rivendell together.
And it'll be super awesome. I can't wait. Now, your beautiful bride,
she is that,
wanted to help you build Rivendell.
She did.
And what did you tell her?
Absolutely not.
No. Now, I decided you're a much faster builder than I am. So Bailey's going to help me build my Rivendell. And maybe the two of us will be able to keep up with you.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe.
I have a large backlog. And periodically, Bailey will be like, Evan, I really want to build a Lego set. Can I build one of your sets? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So I've let her build some of my other ones. She built my Fox. She's built other stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, this is arguably the greatest Lego set of all time. And I have been wanting it for so long. I'm like, no. This was a gift to me, and I shall take up this terrible task. No, I'm super excited.
I can't wait for us to find time to build them, because I too think it's an amazing set. And you were with me when I bought mine, and we had just gone and saw all the movies in the theater. There's a lot tied up in our Lord of the Rings relationship.
Yeah.
So it just seemed appropriate. And it's kind of my go-to gift for bachelors that are getting married is Lego.
Yeah.
I did the same thing for my nephews. I did. Yeah. And another friend that got married recently, for his bachelor gift, I got him.
And we met through the store. So
it makes sense. Yeah. But Legos make a great bachelor gift. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I actually gave one of my buddies who was in my wedding. I was in his wedding the month before, and I got him and his wife A-frame cabin. And they were stoked. So,
and you just built that.
I built mine. It's in the case right behind me. So good.
It is a beautiful set. I can't wait to build mine. I have a whole mock plan for mine, which I don't do a whole lot of mocks. So we'll discuss that on a future.
Yeah, that'll be a future episode.
There were some sets that came out on September 1st that we did not get to talk about because you were honeymooning. And
spoiler, one of them is one of the greatest sets of all time.
And that's really the only one I want to talk about. There were a lot that came out. We have them in the store. Please come by. But one in particular, you had been pining over for months leading up to its release, ever since it was announced.
Well, ever since there was the rumor last year.
So
and then we saw it at Comic-Con.
Right.
And
And if
my
you want to
jaw hit
see,
the absolute floor.
yeah, if you want to see Evan's first impression
Kind of.
and getting a little teary eyed,
Oh my gosh.
the video we'll link to the video.
Yeah, so it's the Great Deku Tree.
Yes.
So I Breath of the Wild is I think it's my all-time favorite video game, and just the experience I had playing that game was unlike any other experience I've ever had playing a game. And we were at Comic-Con, and I'd seen the pictures; it had been revealed and announced. But the depth of the set and the how big it was, I saw it and I was just like, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. The figures are perfect. There's prints, there's new pieces, there's the Master Sword mold, the Hylian shield. It's amazing.
I wish we had a built one in the store,
I could-
because seeing it on the shelf
doesn't
in
do
the
it
box
justice.
doesn't do it justice at all.
No, it really doesn't. But it's just, so for those of you that don't know, this is the Great Deku Tree 2-in-1. Set number 77092 comes with 4 minifigures, 2,500 pieces. You can choose to build either the Ocarina of Time variation or the Breath of the Wild variation. You get 4 minifigures. You get 3 different versions of Link. You get both young Link and old Link from Ocarina of Time, as well as Breath of the Wild Champion's Tunic, Zelda, and Link. Breath of the Wild Zelda comes with her printed Sheikah slate. Link comes with the printed new molded Hylian shield, the Master Sword, and like a slingshot. Oh, and another printed shield for his Ocarina of Time variation. There's also a side build for Link's treehouse. You also got the little fairy that talks to Link throughout Ocarina of Time. I actually apologize for not knowing the fairy's name. I have played through Ocarina of Time, but it's been a long time. Anyways, the set is just fantastic. You also got little printed Koroks throughout the Korok Forest from Breath of the Wild. You also got a big old brick-built Hestu with his maracas that actually have studs in them, so you can shake them and they actually make a sound. It's fantastic. It's beautiful.
I have not played the video games, confession. I played a little bit of the original one back on the NES in the old days.
Hard.
Yeah, it was
So hard.
I was not committed enough. But my son raved about Breath of the Wild on the Switch.
Greatest game ever made.
You also speak of it as being the best game ever.
And I've told you that because you said you never played an open world game before, and I said play Breath of the Wild, but just a fair warning, it's going to ruin every other open world game for you because it's just the best one.
So maybe someday I'll play it, but I'm too busy neglecting my Animal Crossing island right now.
Well, both this year, 2 Nintendo themes in Animal Crossing and Legend of Zelda were created, which fans have been asking for, and they both started with minifigure sets, something that Mario still hasn't gotten.
No, and it like I said, I wish we had it built in the store because I don't think the box does it justice. It is so much bigger than you think.
The depth is just
and the minifigs, the molds that they did for the heads and the hair,
and the hair and new molds.
Yeah, it is. It's such a. It just looks so good.
Some people have criticized the price on this one, and I mean it's a 2-in-1, so that means that if you do one of the variations, you're not going to be using all the pieces, which I can understand the frustration there. I do think making it a 2-in-1 appeals to more people, right? But also, like, I don't think there's any stickers. They're all
I think it's all printed.
There's brand new molds, and there's some big pieces in there for the tree itself as well. So I personally see the value. I know that there's a lot of non-Lego people that are Zelda fans that were frustrated about the price, but it's one of those things where it's like, if you're a Lego fan, you understand there's trademarks, it costs money to develop these new pieces.
It's a lot less than the Star Wars tax.
Yeah. I would rather, especially for the set, pay more for these quality figures, which I do think were pretty perfectly executed. All 4 of them have dual molded legs, by the way, too. And I think they all have dual molded arms as well. Anyways, I personally, as a Lego fan and as a Zelda fan, am happy to pay the premium, knowing that they executed it right. Oh, that's right. They also they did a brand new mold for the Ocarina, so you get the Ocarina too, and another shield print for Breath of the Wild Link. So, just a fantastic set, and I hope we get more Zelda sets.
I do too. I mean, I think it's a great theme, and I think there's so much more they could do with it. And so hopefully it's just the beginning of what we'll see from this Nintendo license that seems to be just growing
Yeah.
in what they're doing. So
And they chose my two favorites. They chose Animal Crossing and Zelda this year, which is just awesome.
So if you had
So
to
I'm happy.
speculate, what would be the next set if they did one for Zelda?
Probably Hyrule Castle.
You think so?
Yeah, that'd be my first guess. I could see them doing a Hyrule Castle on like a similar scale to the Disney Castle. It'd be a big set, or they could go micro scale. But yeah, I think Hyrule Castle would be up there. Potentially a buildable Guardian from Breath of the Wild. I've seen people talk about that. That could be pretty cool.
We could speculate for days on what Lego will do. But
Another one would be one of the towers that you activate from Breath of the Wild. But yeah, I feel like Hyrule Castle is probably the next one,
the next
the most
logical.
obvious one. Yeah.
Well, we'll see, I guess, next year what they do.
Hopefully, yeah. Maybe they're doing like Lord of the Rings style, where there's one giant 18 plus flagship every year. Who knows?
I mean, they did go the other way with Animal Crossing, with
Yeah.
2 or 3
Of
sets in a
small-
wave.
Yeah, definitely appealing to a younger crowd with Animal Crossing. Yeah, I mean, the thing about Zelda is that they could just as easily do lines of playsets. And they could totally be successful that way too. So I'm curious to see where it goes.
Yeah, it's just fun to see them branch out. No pun intended for the tree. Never mind. Oh, right. Also on September 1st, we saw the finally the release of the Dungeons and Dragons CMF figures.
They look great.
Which they do look so good.
It's kind of interesting because you and I were both excited for the space CMF, and it was underwhelming to both of us.
Yeah.
And then neither one of us really cared much about the D&D figures, and then they were really friggin' good when they came out. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. You never know with Lego.
Yeah.
What they'll do, but they're great. They're in the store. We're starting to sell out of certain ones. You may want to rush in the
Eagle and the Dragonborn.
The Dragonborn and the Mind Flayer. Also popular.
Yeah.
So those are definitely the top 3
the popularity
of the ones. Yeah. The Dragonborn by far the number one.
My favorite was the Dragonborn, the eagle, that bald eagle mold they made for the head and the new wing.
It's
and
so
then
good.
the little forest sprite or druid. I think
I like that one.
I love that one.
There's been a lot of news about October 1st sets recently, but we'll get to that in October. A little tease. Lego floated a thought through a survey, and I want to see what you think about it.
Oh, yeah? We're doing this before the October 1st sets?
Well,
we
can't really talk about the October 1st sets. I teased that October 1st we would talk about new sets.
Okay.
Because there's a lot on October 1st to talk about.
There are, yeah.
Star Wars has some new releases. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite themes, The Winter Village, has its new release.
Yep.
So you'll just have to come back on October 1st for those stories.
Sounds good.
Lego floated through a survey that they are contemplating going digital only for their instructions.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
From like an ethical, environmental standpoint, I definitely understand. Like hardcore collectors, they'll keep those, after they use them. I have some of my instruction manuals still. Most of the time, it's just paper that's getting thrown into the garbage.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think that you can beat the actual experience of flipping through that instruction manual. I'm still bummed that for like the UCS sets, they stopped doing like the spiral bound, like massive booklets.
Oh, yeah.
Because those were the best. That was amazing. I have my Millennium Falcon one.
And I do have to say, like, this is a rumor.
Right.
Like, there's nothing definite that this is happening.
Right. But as we all know, Lego secrets are kept about as well as when you tell a teenage girl not to tell any of her friends, and then she goes and tells everybody the minute after. Because Lego leaks happen. When was the last time we got a set?
Well, and this came out of a survey that Lego sent out.
Right.
So and it's something they're contemplating.
The last time a Lego survey was leaked, we had things like Barad-dûr and the Great Deku Tree and Simba leaked, and those have all happened.
And the sail barge.
Right. Which maybe. Who knows? Obviously in other countries, Lego has already shifted to paper bags. We haven't gotten those yet in the States, which is interesting. But if they did it, I would understand the reasons why. You got Lego. The carbon footprint of a company like Lego is insane. Between the paper instructions, the cardboard boxes, and let's not forget, obviously, the plastic pieces.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Which is a topic for another day that they're talking about.
Changing
the formula. But
which they already tried, but didn't work, so they're trying again, which I commend. I'd be bummed. I know that the digital instructions work. I personally just pull up the PDFs. I don't like doing like the app. I don't like it's too finicky and I don't like it very much.
I like the app, but I
Yeah.
don't like their like animated instructions. Like
No.
I just like looking at the PDF in the
Yeah.
app
Yeah.
because I like it because I can zoom in and see parts of the instruction better
Yeah.
than I can.
Your eyes are twice as old as mine. So
They are,
I get
but I on my iPad I can
yeah.
zoom in. I can have the whole thing. I don't have to. It can be tilted up
Yeah.
where the instructions aren't just flat on the table.
I'll say this. It'd be a bummer. I would understand.
I think there are a lot of people that the whole
It's
there's
part
a
of the
big part of the
experience.
experience is the instructions.
Flip through it. I also then could see like, well, maybe for like select sets of a certain threshold and price, maybe they would sell the instruction manuals for like VIP points online. But then you got to pay for something that you guys
and then
get
you're
for free.
shipping, and then the carbon footprint just goes up.
I mean, they already kind of made, especially like I said, the UCS experience worse because now like the Razor Crest is 4 small instruction manuals and stuff like that. And again, like the Millennium Falcon and the Star Destroyer is like the giant spiral bound instruction manual.
Yeah.
Like gone are the days of those. So like,
yeah, you'll never see that again.
I've already come to terms with that, which is a bummer. But
the only one of those big books I have is the Death Star.
yeah, I have the Falcon, and then obviously I still have my sealed Star Destroyer.
Oh, I guess
So,
I have the Star Destroyer.
yeah.
Did the instructions come with my Star Destroyer? I don't remember. I got mine
maybe
secondhand.
Yeah.
So
sealed Star Destroyer.
we don't have to. I thought it would be interesting to contemplate. We already see this in the Bricklink sets that come out.
Right.
And you recently built one.
I did. I built the modular Lego store.
Yeah, and it was just online.
Yeah.
Did you use the iPad? I forget.
Did. I used your iPad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't mind building that way, but interesting. I mean, I get it. Like,
I would say the same thing.
A lot of these companies are trying to be more environmentally conscious.
Like, we need to. If these big corporations don't help with the change, it's not going to matter. So, like, it's good. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of like when they got rid of Splash Mountain. Oh, my favorite ride. That's sad, but I get it. You know, so it's like, I get it. Like, I agree with you. Like, I don't mind building on the iPad. It's just not preferable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we'll see what the future brings. I don't think any changes are coming anytime soon, but it's something they're considering.
Yeah.
So something we can all
consider a way. We'll get back to you if it ever happens.
Keep our eyes peeled. And like you said, they talked about the paper bags, and I have yet to have a set with paper bags.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I know that they're rolling out in other countries first.
I haven't built any recent. I guess I did a bunch of the Animal Crossing sets.
Well, yeah, and the some of the sets that some of the Lego ambassadors are getting, they get shipped from Denmark. They have the European version boxes, and they have the European paper bags. So I just don't think they made it to the States yet.
No, and I think Europe's a little more stringent on some of that stuff. So
I'm glad that Lego, as a company that produces a large volume of plastic and paper, I'm glad that they are trying to find ways to be more environmentally conscious.
No, it's good.
I will say that.
That's what's happening in the world of Lego this week. I wanted to touch base on a few things happening in the store that we have coming up. We just mentioned Lego just did a Dungeons and Dragons minifigure series, and we at Bricks and Minifigs are attempting a world record for the largest connected tabletop role-playing game happening all at one time. All 120 stores are going to be connected with a campaign happening all at once. In our store, we're going to have two tables, so we'll have room for up to 14 people to participate in the world record attempt, and it's happening all over the country. And it's going to be pretty cool. They have somebody who wrote a campaign. They're making all these cutscenes that are animated, stop motion Lego characters. Cool. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. So even if you've never played role-playing game like Dungeons and Dragons, you can join in.
Is there going to be a Guinness World Record representative at each place?
Not at each place, but I think at the main central place, watching to make sure everything
And
goes off
get to be
and
on,
get
each place
connected.
has to be on camera, right?
Yeah. So everyone will be connected via Zoom.
Okay.
And each store will kind of have, somebody overseeing what's happening. Each table that's participating will have a game master at the table, kind of running the campaign. And so what happens at each table is then going to be reported back to headquarters.
It's going to take like an hour for someone to take a turn, or for you to get to take a turn again.
No, because the table will just do its thing, and they will go through it and then report back what happened.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so then that's how, and then when everyone reports back, then that will determine like the next part of the campaign. So it's going to happen in like 3 different acts, and so there will be little breaks in between each act so they can figure out what's going to happen. But the big day for this is on October 19th. So we'll be participating in the store. The Pacific time zone will be from noon to 4:30. So depending on where you are in the country, that time will be different because, we all have to play at the same time. And if you are interested in signing up, you can go to bricksandminifigs.com/world-record-2024. And
that'll be in the show notes too.
Oh yeah, we'll put that in the show notes. And you can find the store nearest you. There is a small fee to participate, but for that fee you get one of the Lego D&D CMF figures. Yeah. You also get to customize it to go along with your character that you're going to be playing with. Everyone gets an exclusive Bricks and Minifigs 20-sided die.
Nice.
And then we'll provide character sheets and stuff. So if you're not familiar with developing your own character,
that's super cool.
It'll all be there. T-shirts are available for those that want to buy a T-shirt. But
I want to see what those D20s look like.
I know. They should be cool.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them yet. But if you want to sign up, please go do that. At our store, we're about half full already.
Oh, wow.
So, if you're hearing this, I definitely would head over and sign up soon. But I think just knowing the San Diego area, our store is about half full, but La Mesa has space and Carlsbad also has space. So you can sign up to whichever one is closest to you, or in Temecula up further north.
Yep.
So we don't want to forget our brethren to the north.
North, remember.
Yes. So that's going to be super fun. I'm super excited. One of our employees, Nathan, is going to DM or be the game master for one of the tables. Yeah, he's super excited, and he's recruited another buddy to be the game master for the other table. So I can tell you, we will have the best game masters.
We'll be in good hands
around. So
I love that.
I'm super excited for that event. I hope everyone signs up. You do have to be 14 to participate. So if you're not 14, maybe convince your parent to sign up and you can come play over their shoulder for them.
There you go.
I don't know if that's allowed, but I'll just say it is.
Don't disqualify the entire world record, Chris.
I ruined it all. So that's super fun coming up in October. The other thing I just wanted to mention, it must be clean out your closet time, because we have had so many trades lately.
And like good ones.
Like really good ones.
Like we're getting Star Wars sets with all their figures. Which doesn't happen.
And some that we have not had before.
Mm-hmm.
We got Captain Rex's ATTE from Rebels. Mm-hmm. And all the figures, and it's
with
just
Gregor, Wolf, and Rex.
Yeah, all of them. It just looks so good. We got Jango's Slave One, the original Jango, with Jango and Boba Fett, and they're not cracked. We always seem to get Jango from that set cracked, but not this time. It's in perfect condition. We got Anakin Starfighter with the hyperspace ring, Phantom with Thrawn. We got the entire lineup of 20th anniversary sets,
including the Slave One.
Nice. Many of them new in box.
Yeah.
So
wait, did you say Anakin Starfighter or Obi-Wan Starfighter?
Obi-Wan Starfighter, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't make an Anakin Starfighter with the hyperspace ring.
I don't think so.
But Obi-Wan's.
Okay.
That
With
set also
with
comes with Jango Fett.
Angry Django. That's
Angry
the
Jango,
expensive
yeah,
Django.
and Boba and the R2 droid. So it is, for whatever reason, it has been clean out your closets of all your Star Wars figures.
So come on by.
Yeah. Plus a bunch of new figures in the case. Ula, Max Rebo, like a ton of really great figures.
Do we still have Salacious in there?
We have Salacious in the sail barge set.
Do we have the whole sail barge set?
Yeah, we have the whole sail
Or the
barge
20th
set right now. Yeah, it's tons of awesome stuff.
Yeah.
So swing on by if you're a Star Wars fan, or not even a Star Wars fan. We got just a lot of really nice things right now.
Yeah.
For Monster Hunter fans, we've got some new unbox sets. So if you're
Sealed Lord of the Rings,
some sealed Lord of the Rings. We've got a pre-owned The Haunted House with the Tower of Terror elevator.
Yep,
came in the other day.
We also have Weathertop, the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, Weathertop. So many fun things.
Oh, and the Bricklink Designer Program sets.
Yep, those are. Well, we're starting to to sell out of those.
Yep.
So for that wave with
the Mountain Fortress,
and we've still got, I think, one of the snack shacks
and a general store too, right?
No, the general stores are all sold out.
Oh, it's the train shed.
We got one train shed anyway. So those are starting to sell out, and I'm sure as Christmas comes, those will even be more popular. So, lots of great reasons to swing by the store. We're also doing a bulk special right now. You can buy a little Halloween bag, a bulk, to fill up for $25, and then refills are only $15 through the month of October. So
nice.
If you mention podcast episode 21, you can even save $5 off your first fill of your bulk bag. So
there you go, man.
So it pays to listen all the way to the end of the podcast. I think that brings us to the end of our little agenda tonight.
I think so.
Thank you, everyone, for hanging in there during our break. We're super excited to be back and getting on a normal schedule. I did mention we've got some travel coming up in a few weeks, so we may have to take another small break, but don't worry. We'll have plenty of great content for you coming up soon. I think that's time. Say goodbye, Evan.
Goodbye, Chris.